If you're looking for the cheapest, and I mean cheapest coins out there to build your God Squad, head over to aoeah.com. They are fast and reliable, and make sure you use code WOLF to get 3% off. Link is in the description. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys on Madden 22 current gen a really good run play that you can use. Now on next gen, it's going to be opposite to what I show you. I'll explain it as we go through the video. However, you want to pay attention to the New Orleans Saints offensive playbook, the single back trade. Before we get into this, make sure you hit the like button. Become a member of the Wolfpack if you want to get the competitive angle, the advantage over your opponent. The 3-3-5 wide meta defenses full breakdown is in there. The 2-4-5 odd full breakdown is in there. The 3-3-5 Sam is in there. Trey Y Flex full scheme is in there. Bunch offset full scheme is in there. Also, we have the single back wing stack, and the Wild Trio week is already coming within the next week. I just put out a play, one play tutty from that one. However, I'm going to find you guys some for next gen. The corner strike is going to be, for current gen. The corner strike from the Wild Trio week is probably going to be the move, but I'm going to test it on current gen to give you guys the proper feedback and make sure before we go into that scheme that it works properly. All right, so single back trade. What we want to do is in our audibles, we want to have dive zone week. Solid corner. Actually, you know what? We want to take solid corner out and we want to put PA boot because PA boot is just a lot better of a play. You know what I mean? And in another video, I will show you guys the one play tutties and the setups with the PA boot because it can pretty much beat everything in the game. But for now, we're going to talk about the halfback zone week. The best play on this for current gen. Now on next gen is actually going to be the stretch. So it's going to be flipped because of the way player movement works. However, for this one right here, zone week. Okay, you just want to take this ball and you want to run right up the middle. You're going to get a whole bunch of openings if they're in pass defense, and I'll show you the trick on how to use this properly, okay? Now, stretch is not the best in the current gen version because they did nerf it like a lot. So you'll see, let me show you what I mean, how they nerfed it a lot, okay? And this is like predetermined animation type stuff. This is why I don't really rely on stretch on current gen. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. Now, this guy's obviously a really good linebacker. He's probably going to shed anyway. But if you'll notice that we could put anybody in this position, and with stretch plays, the defense auto sheds. You'll see all of them auto shed at the same time. That's how you know it's predetermined. They're all going to auto shed at the same time versus your stretch. Pay attention. They're getting blocked, then they all auto shed. Everybody auto sheds. Okay, look, check this out. Everybody on the defensive line here, everybody at the same time is going to auto shed. Okay, this is how they nerfed the stretch in current gen. This is why we're not going to rely on the damn play. You know what I mean? Instead, what we want to do is we want to rely on zone week. Now, running this just straight up the middle every single time, depending on your rate, we probably should have put Dobbins in there, but you can break for touchdowns on current gen. Reason being is because when you come out in the single back trade, the defense is ready to auto shed on stretch. So you just right here, you get them in pass defense. And I'm going to show you how to get your opponents in pass defense and then come down to this, okay? For the most part, you want to run halfback zone weak, especially against defenses like this where you can just go up the gap because your opponent can't really make adjustments as far as pinching his D-line and stuff like that. So take advantage of running up the middle. Now they can attempt to user rush all this, and whenever they try to do that, you just hit them with the stretch and go opposite to where their user is. But you're going to see the consistency of the halfback zone weak. As long as you're reading the defense properly, you're going to be okay. So right here, look, you see how everybody's loaded to the left? This is why you have dive in the formation. We can actually just switch to dive and go to the open side of the defense. Now, Vea is a monster. You guys know what time it is with this guy. Maybe hit the double team on that guy. Now, this could be 3-3-5 wide or 3-4 odd, depending on how the defense is set up in a line. But against the zone weak, you're going to notice that the outside linebackers are going to auto shed from the left side. Okay, the reason being is because there's not enough blockers from that side. So I'm going to snap the ball. But when you see this formation where they have two linebackers on the outside, you want to switch to a stretch. But let me just show you guys really quick. Boom, he comes off the left. Actually, he didn't come free, but sometimes he does come free depending on the defensive play, I guess. Right here, you can attempt to run stretch, but like I said, don't rely on it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Go to the left, flipping the right stick to the left. Boom. Like I said, you see how they auto shed? It's iffy. Let's run a couple stretch plays just to see if we find any consistency within this play. Now, this is a pass defense, so you're gonna see just like, you know what I mean? And this is current gen. It works really well on next gen. Bro, if we can't run stretch against 3 deep, we're in trouble. I mean, we can get some yards, but it's not going to be as consistent as running stretch to the right, which is stock, or just running a dive. I would say like dive is a little bit more consistent. But this is the Buccaneers. This is why we picked the Buccaneers, because they probably have one of the best run defenses in the game. So if they can stop what we're doing, or if they can't stop what we're doing right here. So what's going to happen is once you keep running this play, your opponent's going to start to compensate. He's going to start pinching the D-line, things like that, man. I'll try to score a touchdown, man, but it is what it is. So there are going to be times when stretch is going to be more viable because he, like I said, he's going to pull people in. People are going to come inside. He's going to pinch linebackers, things like that. That is when you take advantage of the stretch and going to like left or right, depending on where he's at. Now, right here, this stretch play actually worked really well, but it's not going to be a guarantee. You're never going to know when they're going to auto shed. It's like random, but it's more times than not. Right here, if we can get that block picked up on the safety, the stretch is going to work beautifully. If we don't, well, that's actually two. Oh, he picked up both blocks. Oh, it worked there. I got to see that in instant replay because that was kind of strange, man. Okay, that was insane. This is just Madden for you. Now, we should have been cooked by one of these two guys. Sometimes it's going to be both guys, but one of two guys. But you're going to see that my man takes them both out. Oh man, that's just dirty. Okay, so other plays, like I said, you got stretch, you got dive, you can run dive, you can blend this all in together, take advantage of going right up the middle with dive. You're gonna force your opponent to play inside. He's gonna want to use a rush. He's gonna try to use the gap. That's when you go to stretch. Plays like this right here, that are big dime, you just go back to zone weak, okay, and run right up the middle. And I'm gonna show you guys a technique to do with this single back tray. Now, the other play we have in here is going to be the PA boot. Right here, all you want to do is you can quick snap your opponent and look for the open routes, which is going to come from right to left. You'll have this nice crossing route that gets underneath like covered 3 zones. So an outside third can't really drop down to this route because he's going to have to respect the routes that are coming behind him, which is like the Y route, okay? So you could quick snap your opponent using the play action. Boom, if he tries to run like man blitzes and stuff like that, you could cook him with these crossing routes. And if you notice it's a man blitz, be careful with the play action because they can auto shed, especially if it's contains. They will just auto shed and you'll get sacked instantly. Instead, what you can do is you can go ahead and cancel the play action and max protect and then look for it like this. Maybe put Y on a drag. So it look like this, you know what I mean? Boom, and then you'll just have open reads. Now, I'll show you guys in another video how to throw the one play touchdowns against that. So when you see pass defense, it's automatic zone weak. Now, if they are someone sheds, then that's just something you live with. But it's going to be more consistent than not, and that's what you're looking for. Okay, you're not looking to be the hero. You're just trying to get the yards. And 3 deep, obviously, you can just run on that. But typically, people don't run that all game. I mean, I have faced people. This is a man blitz right there. I can tell you by the alignment. So you can cancel play action and max protect. You can put man beating routes on the field. So we have drag, slants, crossing route, all kinds of different things. And then we have this guy right here on the deep crosser. If the user doesn't pick that up, or if the user picks that up, you just hit the slant route and whatnot. Okay, so real quick, show you guys the technique. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out in a passing formation that's pretty popular and what people try to match. So let's just assume we're going to come out in bunch. So we'll just pick any play in bunch, speed dig. And you say your opponent's going to match that by playing a pass defense. People like to come out 146 $, you know what I mean? 245 odd, those defenses. So whenever we see that, okay, we come out in bunch and then we just click X, right, or square, and then we just go right back down to the single back tray and hit zone weak. So now we have our opponent stuck in a pass defense and we're gonna run the damn ball on him. So he can't really slow this down. Like he can stop it. You got people that can shed, that have really good block shedding, but for the most part, we're gonna make it hard for him to stay in these defenses because the single back tray with these run plays is going to be brutal. Okay, you don't have to worry about them running contained blitzes and stuff like that because there's not a lot of damn things they can do, especially when they're the big dime 146. If they're in $, 245 odd, where they can slow you down and really make it hard for you in that formation is the 335 wide, which the full breakdowns in the member section. If you want to become a member, it's all there. But I show you guys just the halfback zone weak against these defenses is going to be key for you to move the ball and force your opponent out of those defenses and into something different. And then if you get him in those defenses with slower people on the field, then you come back to your bunches and run your plays. You know what I mean? You can just run the stuff I showed you with like the bunch offset. We can run all this stuff and go down the field, get yards and whatnot. Make sure you guys drop a like on today's video. Love you guys, man. Peace.